Welcome to this week's Hymn of the Week. This week we have number 379 out of Evangelical Lutheran Worship, Now the Green Blade Rises. The text is by John M.C. Crum, and he was an Anglican pastor around the 1900s, and I believe this edition was in the Oxford Book of Carols from either 1925 or 1928. How about 1928? And that's where they found this lovely text. And it makes some sense, not just him being a pastor, but also developing and creating hymns for children. You can see the connection to the imagery, I think, that he applies to Easter. Now, he has used a tune that is a French Christmas carol, Noël Nouvelet. And this Christmas carol obviously had a different text, but it's set in this form of AABA. So let's do that. Let me play the A for you. Then we have A again. Then we have B. And then we have A. So an AABA form, and it's also set in the key of D Dorian, which I think we've had in some Hymn of the Weeks before, but that's a minor scale with a raised 6. And this one, I think, is a very appropriate hymn for Easter. Over the years, it sort of fools me because I want to play that D flat. I want to do, but it's D Dorian, so it's really important that. So that brings me to my next point, in that this first 5-note pattern sounds a lot like it could have come from Liber Usalis, or a chant. It sounds to me very much like chant. So it's possible that this French carol, probably kept dating from the late 15th century, has this chant background to it, or was affected or influenced by chant. So the other thing we have is the challenge for the congregational member, or even the singer. And I've thought about this. It's taken me a long time to recognize this myself because I've sung it so many times. But if you look at the hymn, the first line has, we'll take verse 1 here, 10 syllables. Now the green blade rises from the buried grain. 11. Then I jumped ahead of myself. The second line, guess how many syllables this has? Wheat that in dark earth many days has lain. 10. So the question has been around for a long time, actually. Why would we have this text set that way, where wheat in this line is taking one syllable for 2 notes? So we have 10 syllables, so it becomes an 11, 10, 10, 11. And the interesting thing about that is, that's the A pattern. So why is the A pattern being a different number of syllables? Well, there's a lot of reasons that we could explain. One of them may be the easiest one, in that we just needed some variety. Because we have this tune. So to have some variety, we'll just have this done that way. So that's the other. And then if you go back and research the Christmas carol of Noël Nouvelet, you'll see that they do pretty much the same thing, except for maybe 1 or 2 verses. They do the same syllabic setting. So why is that? Maybe the other reason that we could possibly ascertain here is not just variety, but to create and anticipate and continue that feeling of a dance. And there is no doubt in my mind that this was a dance. So I plan to play it that way. And it may be harder to sing than we think, but the joy of it is at particularly the end, where the line comes back for the 3rd time, which in music is very significant throughout the years and can sometimes point to the Trinity. I play that in unison, just to make sure that that comes out very strongly. Love has come again, like wheat arising green. So this is the tune, Now the Green Blade Rises. Thank you there also to Noel Rawsthorne. I used some of his ideas in the last verse, and I hope you could dance along with me in this Easter, Now the Green Blade Rises.